Back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are joined by this past weekend's Truck Series winner at Bristol. Of course, that's Majeski, the driver of the number 66 Toyota for ThorSport Racing in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well. What has it been like this week, knowing that, of course, after the win, and now you're in the championship four?
Busy as usual. Getting trucks scanned and repaired from Talladega, or I should say, trucks have been repaired for a while. Just I've got to scan them and get them all in inventory from Daytona. Obviously, a lot of wrecks happen at these super speedways, so they all have different front clips on them. When they get different front clips, I've got to rescan them. So just business as usual. Obviously, been a really cool last couple of days up here at ThorSport. Just got done with a lunch with everybody. So it's cool to celebrate the win, but mostly just getting ready for Talladega.
For a lot of people that don't know, you actually work for ThorSport Racing, also in the shop as well, along with being a driver. What is that like for you?
That's great. Just being able to see what's going on and be in the loop on everything that's happening internally at the shop, and being a part of conversations with Joe and my engineer about setups, and being integrated into all those conversations and being part of those decisions that go into what make the race truck fast. So it's an aspect of racing that I really enjoy. I love driving, but I like that just as much, and being a part of those conversations and coming up with new ideas, and then getting to drive them, and getting to actually feel them out on the racetrack. So it's been a huge, a lot of enjoyment for me throughout the last, couple of years, and being able to do that and learning so much, and just building relationships with, not only Duke and Rhonda, but everybody at ThorSport. So it's been a lot of fun and been enjoying the heck out of it.
You've had, after everything that you've been through in your career, with all the ups and downs and everything there, what is it just like to finally get that win in the Truck Series?
Certainly been a long time coming. Like you said, my NASCAR career has been up and down for sure. I felt like I was in what I thought were pretty good situations and good opportunities, and they just, for whatever reason, they weren't, maybe at the right time with that team at that particular time. And a lot of being successful in this sport is timing and being with that right team at the right time and with the right people. And I feel like I finally got that opportunity here at ThorSport with the 66 guys. Joe's been great to work with so far this year. We've really hit it off, got a great relationship. Been bringing fast race trucks to the racetrack each and every week, and been unloading really close. So it's obviously been a relief for myself to finally prove to everybody that I can win at this level. I always thought in my heart that I could, just needed to be in that right opportunity to prove it.
So going into the next three races, you don't have to worry about Talladega to advance the championship four. I'm sure that's a sense of relief for you, man.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what 7 other guys were thinking going into Bristol as well. We all wanted to win that race just to not have to worry about Talladega. Obviously a huge wild card. You could, end up really good coming out of Talladega or really bad. So it just, huge sense of relief to just be able to come back to the shop, focus on Phoenix, and, take that race truck that we won with at Bristol, get it polished up, and try and make it the best we can make it for Phoenix. We have, over a month here to fluff on it, and we'll see what we got.
So going into, the next 2 races with Talladega and Homestead, what's that going to be like? What's that going to be like for you heading into those 2 before the?
Well, I think there's a handful of different ways we can play it. Of course, we certainly go to these racetracks and build these race trucks as fast as we can make them to win. So certainly we want to go there and put our best foot forward and have a chance to win. And if it comes down to it, I'd love to help another teammate out and get another truck from ThorSport in Phoenix. At the end of the day, that's what our goal is to bring this championship home for Duke, Rhonda, and all the employees here. And I'd of course love it for it to be me. I'd prefer it to be me, but I'd love to raise our chances to 50-50 and help a teammate at Talladega if the opportunity comes about. Obviously, that's pretty tall order. A lot of things have to happen just perfect to be in that scenario at Talladega, but you never know. So just as we talked before, happy to go to Talladega with not have to worry about it, and go to Homestead, try and win, and carry some momentum into Phoenix.
Yeah. How overall before that win, how did you guys think you were doing so far this year?
Well, I think we've probably exceeded a lot of people's expectations. I knew we were going to be competitive and be, solid all year long, but I certainly probably exceeded my expectations. The goals I set to start the year were a win, a pole, and to make the round of 8. And but we've been able to rattle off 9 top 5s, I think 14 top 10s. We've been consistent on the dirt, road courses, short tracks, intermediates, set on the pole at Daytona. So I feel like we've been competitive at all disciplines, which I didn't maybe think that was going to happen coming into the season, because I did have such little road course experience and dirt experience. But it's been great to go to all different types of racetracks, be competitive, run inside the top 5 at a lot of these different places. And I think that's been a strong suit for us this season.
Do you feel like you found a home at ThorSport kind of in a way, because it's like you always look for somewhere to go. It's like you kind of found, you live in Sandusky, Ohio, where the shop is located. Do you feel like you found your home?
I hope so. I sure have enjoyed my time up here. I love being up here and working with the guys. It's a great culture that Duke and Rhonda have built up here. A lot of great people, and the racers up here. We work until the work is done, whether that means working until 9-10 o'clock at night, or even later at times. And I feel like when I was down in Charlotte, it was a little bit more corporate, right? Everybody came in at 7 o'clock. We're gone at 4. There'd be a traffic jam getting out of the shop at 4 o'clock. So it's just a different mentality up here. More of the mentality I'm used to with my short track stuff and late model stuff. Those guys just race and work on these trucks and cars because they want to, not because it's their 8 to 4 or 7 to 4 job. So just having that short track mentality up here is great. I'd certainly love to be here for as long as Duke and Rhonda have me, and hopefully that's a long time in the future.
Yeah, it seems like a big thing. It's relationships, and obviously look how long Crafton's been here. It's always ThorSport's really like a big family in a way. So
yeah, certainly there are a lot of, like you said, a lot of great people, and kind of once you can get in the circle, it's great to be a part of it. Like I said before, all kinds of great people that have been around a long time, and awesome culture.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of, I know you mentioned late models and stuff, and how's that going? Do you plan to do any races throughout the next few months?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've done probably close to 15 races so far this season. We just thankful to be able to go back and run late model races during the off weeks, and have great people back in Wisconsin preparing those cars and allowing me to be competitive every time I run them. We've got a handful of wins this year. Won the Rattler, won the Dixieland 250, and one down in Citrus before Daytona. So we've got some big wins this season, and our program is still really strong. And we're going to obviously go down to the Snowball and run Punta Gorda the week before that, and maybe a few others. I'm going to run the late model stock race this weekend at Martinsville for Chad Bryant. So we've got some late model races sprinkled throughout this fall for sure.
Yeah, how about that? 83 entries for that race in Martinsville. How exciting is that going to be?
Yeah, that's awesome. I think the format and the way they're doing it will certainly create excitement for everybody. I think it'll be a great show. I've ran 2 late model stock races, both at Florence the last couple of years, and hopefully we can keep our streak going. Right now I'm 2 for 2, so obviously going to be a challenge this weekend. 83 cars, a lot of great race cars, a lot of good drivers, a lot of great teams. Be a good challenge for us.
Yeah, and when you win that race, that could get you several opportunities. And look at what Landon Pendleton's been able to do with that. And of course, that will be on Saturday night this week. A lot of the truck guys are going to be in there, so it should be a good one for sure. All right, Ty Majeski, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck next weekend at Talladega.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you having me on.